I'm flying low. I haven't even done my belt up. Okay, ignore that. But I'm actually covered in fluff. I put one of those coats over that needs to be washed before they actually get worn. The hair is actually flying everywhere right now. Look. It's like confetti, but hair. Let me put a jumper on, Hans, because you don't want to look at that, do you? Also, I'm not going to do my belt up because I'm chilled. Probably going to mess up my hair, isn't it? Oh, still got the label on, has she? Of course she has. Wonderful. There we go. Get that out. Sit back, relax. Love your life. Hello honeys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are just joining me now, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, join my family of Hans, because my name's Imogen. I don't even think I said hello, my name's Imogen, did I? No, let's do that again. Hi, my name's Imogen. If you are new here, then basically I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe, hit that subscribe button, join my family of Hans, hit the like button. I don't know why it helps me, but apparently it does. If you get likes on a video, apparently it helps. I don't know. So please give it a massive thumbs up because I'd be really appreciative. And also, it would help your baby girl out. And also, then I know that you like storytime videos, so then I can do more. Have I got really bronzed cheeks? Oh, might have gone a bit in on the bronzer. Anyway, today I have part 4 of my storytime series. I will link part 1, part 2, part 3, and won't link part 4 because this is part 4. But I'll link the previous 3 videos down below so you can go and catch up with them, because otherwise this video is going to be like, what are you talking about, Imogen? Not that most people aren't like that anyway, because let's be real, every video people must be like, what are you talking about, Imogen? I am 25, so I have been through quite a lot of things, and also I've moved schools quite a lot of times. I was home tutor when I was younger because I was really ill in year 2. I then changed schools. I then stopped to school at year 6 because it then finished and you go on to senior school. I then changed school there. Then when I was bullied from year 7 to year 8, which I'm talking about in this story time, that then kind of went pear-shaped. I then went to another school. I then went to another sixth form. I then went to another university. So I have been to a couple of schools. I have met a lot of different people in my life, hence the reason I probably have a lot of story times, and I don't think I'm the best judge of character. I'm normally very naive, and when I love someone, I really love them, and I unfortunately used to let them walk all over me, which hopefully I don't do now. Hopefully I'm a better judge of character because I've got all of you as friends. Also, I just wanted to tell you that I make these videos because I don't know what everyone goes through in their daily life, but I know that every single person is fighting a battle, no matter how big or how small, no matter how big it might seem to you, no matter how small it might seem to someone else. You are all fighting a battle, and I want you to know about my journey and know about my battles to show you that everyone goes through something. And I want to raise awareness for bullying. I want to raise awareness for abuse and anything that's a toxic environment. I want you to be able to know that you can get out of it. I will link all of the helplines and all of the I will link all of the helplines and all of the websites down below in my description, so please make sure that you are speaking out and speaking up if you're in a toxic relationship, a friendship, if you're being bullied in a work environment, if you're being bullied at school. Things like this happen everywhere, and people are going through this battle every single day, and all the battles that you all face every single day. You are all so strong and so amazing, and I want to show you a snippet of my life and share this with you because I feel like I am so grateful to have all of you, to be able to have this platform to speak about things like this. So I wanted to put this to good use, this opportunity of speaking to my angels. So let's get on with the video. Basically, from where we left off, obviously I'd spoken about the online abuse, the physical abuse, and that just continued every single day. And that started from early year 7 to mid year 8 when I was actually, well, I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened at the end. I don't want to leave it now. I don't want to sort of go, oh, this is what happened at the end, because then that'll be a really bad story time. And I think I'm actually an all right storyteller. I don't think I'm amazing. Let's be real, I'm not amazing, but I'm okay. Sometimes I can be quite funny, but these stories aren't funny, are they? Anyway, going back to the topic. So obviously at school, everything was just getting progressively worse and progressively worse, and it got to the point where I was being physically abused every single day. My parents could look after me at home. However, when I was at school, they felt so helpless, and they were like, we can't do this. My mum and dad both had full-time jobs, but my dad's full-time job was property developing. So my dad would build the house around us, and then we would move out of the house and sell on and go to another house. My dad is so talented. And then my mum had a full-time job as a project manager, and she was amazing, and she was working every single day, but my dad had more flexible hours than my mum. So my dad started actually walking me into school every single day, waiting outside the school doors for me, waiting with me because I had no one to stand with. If I went into the school playground before the doors were opened, it would just be hell for me. It was absolute hell. Every single person hated me in my year, so why was I ever going to put myself in that situation? My parents obviously were just the most amazing people in the world, and they protected me, and I know they're going to be watching this video now, and I just want to say, mum and dad, that I love you both so much. I'm sorry that you're having to relive these stories, because obviously you watch these videos and You were there through everything, and I know it's so horrible for you to both watch these videos and be reminded of a really difficult time, and I just love you both so much. I'm so grateful to have you. Like, honestly, you're my rocks, you're my best friends, you're everything to me and more. I'm so grateful for both of you. Anyway, so my dad actually started losing out on work and not working and building the house so we could sell it on, because he started walking me in every day, standing outside the school gates with me on my own, making sure that no one looked at me, said anything to me. My dad was literally like a bodyguard. It's so hard to think back to it, because everyone hated me already, but then they hated me even more that they couldn't get to me at certain points. But then it got to the point where my parents were fighting the school. My parents were fighting the school, saying, she's being bullied, you need to do something about it. My parents were threatening everything. My parents were like, we will sue this school if you don't sort out this bullying. You have a zero tolerance bullying policy, yet you're allowing it to happen everywhere. It is literally happening day in, day out. My parents had so much evidence on these girls, written evidence, physical evidence of bruises all over me, like everything, and the school just didn't want to know, because some of the girls that were bullying me, their parents had a lot of money, their parents paid a lot of money into the school, and at this private school there is a hierarchy, and it's a really messed up system that the more money you have, the more liked you are, the more siblings you have that go to the school, the more liked you are, the more time you go to the PTA meetings, the parent teacher association things, the more you start doing things underneath the school and working with the school, the more that you can get away with everything. Like, I know a lot of things about that school. The things that the teachers told my parents, like, it's awful. Anyway, the school is just one big conspiracy theory. It's a weird place. Like, honestly, the things that go on behind closed doors at that school, I don't even want to know about. But the school just didn't want to admit that I was being bullied. They wouldn't do anything about it at all. I don't know what pressures they were having from parents. I don't know what was going on. But I know that some of them were shareholders in the school, and it was all very dodgy. My dad started walking me to every lesson. So my dad would come into the school and walk me to lessons, because he did not want his baby girl to get beaten up, and the school were doing nothing about it. The school allowed my dad to be on the premises, but they didn't need my dad on the premise because I wasn't being bullied in their eyes. So why are you allowing my dad on the premises, hun? Like, honestly, looking back now, I have so much anger. No, I don't. I've let that go. But looking back now, the school failed me. The school failed me. Yes, the kids were disgusting and horrible and all these things. Let me move that candle, because I feel like we've still got the label on that one. Yeah, let me just turn it around so it looks a little bit better. There we go. It looks terrible still, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, and there's the little, yeah, I'm just the worst YouTuber in the world. See, I've got a butterfly brain, I just go off on tangents. But my dad couldn't be there every single day. My dad still had work. My dad still had my older brother to also do things for. He also had to cook. He also had to do all the things for the house. And he couldn't be there every single day, and I completely understood that. But when he wasn't there, he'd be on the phone to me 24/7, doing everything he could. And I actually didn't have a mobile phone for a long time, but my parents got me a mobile phone as soon as they knew I was being bullied, because they were like, you need a phone so we can communicate with you. My parents were very old-fashioned and believed I didn't need one, and I didn't want one, but they got me one because they were like, we need to speak to you every single day. Anyway, then my mobile phone got completely crushed in the toilet in front of me, literally stamped on. So every single day I would then go into there's a telephone box. It's kind of like a door, which looks like, it looked like a cupboard. It looked like a cupboard. It was essentially a cupboard. And you'd go in there and there was a payphone. So my parents would give me money and I would just sit on that phone, and then my parents would then hear the girls come into the cupboard, try and rip the phone out of me, kick me, spit on me. My parents would hear this on the phone. And they'd be like, I'm coming to school, I'm coming to school. So my dad would then race up to the school, but then he was too late. It would have already happened. Like, as a parent, I'm not a parent obviously, but when I have kids and to think of them being bullied, what do? You know, the girls that were bullying me were, what, 13, 14. My parents are grown adults, but in their bodies, they wanted to protect their baby. And, you know, if it was a grown adult and a man was hitting me, my dad could protect me and hit the man back. Not that I condemn that and not that I condone violence. But I mean, if a man was hitting me, my dad could step in and retaliate. However, with young kids, what do? You know, what do you actually do? You have this anger and this hurt inside you, and you think, I mean, at the time, I didn't really realise how bad it probably was for my parents. Like, just seeing their baby completely being abused. And I didn't get taken out of the school for a long time because basically where I went to school, it was a 2 years terms notice. So it was a very expensive school, and obviously I was on a scholarship, but my parents really, really had to scrimp and save to pay for that school. And where we were at with the school, I will tell you how that all ends with money and how I actually got out of the school. But it was a very difficult procedure and very difficult process to try and get the money back from the school because they weren't actually admitting that I was being bullied, but I'll go into that at the end. However, there was one specific incident which comes in a minute, which I'll tell you about, which really is a very difficult incident for me to talk about. However, I'll just quickly tell you just beforehand, which I briefly mentioned in sort of part 1, maybe part 2. I was on the A team for netball, rounders, hockey. I also did the athletics, and I was also auditioning for the play. Now, I've always loved dancing, singing and acting. It's my passion. It was one thing that I just absolutely loved, and I felt like I was actually quite good at it. And I later went on to a stage school in London where I did my degree, which I definitely need to do story time about that one because wow. Just wow. If you ever watched my broken friendships, then you will know some of the girls that I went to uni with and what I dealt with living with them, but that's just, apparently I'm a really good judge of character. When I actually hear myself speak, I'm like, Imogen, how many times can you get effed over and still be like, you're right, Hans, just chilling. Anyone else want to hurt me? Anyone else? Oh, well, I was young. It's fine. I'm still young. I'm 25. I'm still young, you know. I auditioned for the show, Oliver, quite a while ago, and I really wanted to be Nancy. And it was kind of like, I know this sounds really bad, but I really thought I was going to get Nancy. Just because the other girls that had gone against me for it, I felt like in class and stuff like that, I thought I was the drama teacher's favourite. She loved me, I thought. And also, I don't want to sound brash or like big-headed, but I do think that I was better than them. Not in just results, but I do think that that sounds really bad. No, how do I say that then? No, I just think I thought that I was a bit more talented than them at the part. So my parents get called in, and this was just before the play got, you know, announced and whatever. And my teacher really pushed for me to audition for that show, and I really didn't want to because I was so shy, but I didn't have to audition in front of everyone. I didn't have to audition in front of anyone except my teacher. So I thought, you know, this will be fine. But then really looking back at it, would I have been able to do the show? Would I? Really? Like, would I have actually been able to do the show? No, not in the slightest, because let's be honest, no one liked me. How was I going to be in a show with everyone like, way, when I was just being bullied? Like, no. I was being beaten up? No, not in the slightest. But there was Imogen, auditioned for the show because it was my school and that was what my teacher was telling me to. So my parents get called into the school, and they basically got told that I was being kicked off the A team for netball, I was being kicked off the A team for rounders, and I was being kicked off the A team for hockey. And I was captain for some of those teams, and they were kicking me off because the other girls refused to play with me. So the other girls, every single member of the team, actually said, if Imogen is playing, we won't play. What school allows that? What school actually says, yes, you know, you don't want to play with that girl, so we're going to then chuck her off the team, even though she's captain for some of this and she's got the colours for it. Like, I'm so confused. Does that actually make sense? Colours, by the way, the little badges. Like, what? What? When you say, are you actually mad? Like, you all can be punished for the fact that you're actually trying to tell a teacher as a 13-year-old what you will and won't do. Anyway, so my parents were like, my parents went absolutely mad. And then they also told me that I wasn't going to be in the show. I was going to be cast as Nancy. However, the school think it's best for me. The school thought it would be best for Imogen if we protect her from putting her in an environment where she might not feel comfortable being around backstage with the other girls and having to do rehearsals with the other girls after school. And if what you're saying is true, Mr. and Mrs. Hudson, and Imogen is being bullied, then we're going to want to protect her from that. But we don't think she's being bullied. So why would you not put me in the play? So I actually got the part of Nancy, but didn't actually get to be in the play. I still will never understand it. I've definitely gone way too hard on the blusher, haven't I? Doesn't matter. We love a little blush ton, you know, we love a blush ton. So I just couldn't understand that. Like, if I'm honest, I will never really understand that. Like, they knew I was being bullied, but they just wanted to protect themselves. And there are things where in the next coming stories, I'm gonna get my mum and dad to come on. I think my dad will be away next weekend. So yeah, let's do mum next. I'll do a video with mum talking about her side of things and something she witnessed that was terrible, and then I'll get dad to come on as well and speak about it. And I want you to see their perspective and what they went through, because maybe I don't really even know their perspective, because only they know their perspective, and I really want you to understand and hear their side of the story and what they had to go through as parents. But so yeah, so I actually didn't get put in the B team or the C team or the D team for netball, hockey or rounders. I got put in the E team, which didn't get any games. There was 4 of us in the E team, so there wasn't a team. So I was completely neglected for it. I wasn't allowed to play sport. I wasn't allowed to be in the show. It was terrible. I felt like the most isolated person. I honestly was like, it was just horrible. It was just absolutely horrible. But my parents did keep saying, we'll pull you out, we'll pull you out. And I was like, no, 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 I don't want to. And it's a really weird feeling, because I didn't want to go to another school because I thought it would happen at every school. So my parents were like, let's put you in another school. And I was like, I don't want to start a new school. Like, I'll be fine. My parents were like, we need to take you out of this school. And I was like, no, because the thought of starting another school made me feel physically sick. But why would you want to have put up with that, Imogen? Like, but the way where you're at, you lose all your confidence. You think it's yourself. You think it's you. You genuinely believe it's yourself. You're like, they must hate me because I'm a terrible person, because I'm weird, because I'm extrovert, because I'm loud, because I'm annoying, because of all these things. You never ever think it's them and it's their own insecurities, their own problem. You never think that. But now I know it is them. But anyway, so the incident I wanted to tell you about in this video is basically, we had tennis every Tuesday, and most of the time I would always get a note for most things from my parents, and they would write me off everything. I would then get to leave early. Anyway, this one Monday, they put tennis on a Monday instead of a Tuesday, and I was like, no, I haven't got a note, I haven't got a note. I went to Matron, and Matron was like, Imogen, I know you're faking it. I know you just don't want to play. And I was like, please, Matron, please, just sign me off, write me off, blah, blah, blah. I called my dad and I called my mum. My mum was at work and my dad was like, Imogen, I can't get in 5 minutes. I'm half an hour away. I can't get in 5 minutes to give you a note. Can I speak to the school? Can I tell them you can't do it? And I was like, no, they won't speak to you over the phone. You have to have a written proof of me being signed off. I've got fluff everywhere. All that fluff's flying all over the shop. Anyway, so it was tennis. And it was just, I'm going to find this one really hard to talk about, sorry. So we went over to the big school, because I was in a prep school. We went over to the big school to play tennis. And basically, where the courts are, I'll try and sort of explain it. The courts are here, and they're up against a wall, okay? So all the courts are along there, up against a wall. And then over here is the grass area where you wait. There's only one teacher for every one of us. So there was what? Let's say there's 25 people. Let's say there's 25 people. I can't really remember it too much. But let's say there's 25 people. So there's, you know, 2 or 4 people on a court at a time, and the teacher's going from one court to the other, kind of monitoring everyone, but not monitoring anyone else that's not playing. I was sitting down because no one wanted to play with me anyway. So I was just sitting down on the grass. And when I'm sitting down on the grass, I can't talk about this one. I don't know. Come on, Imogen. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, I'm just talking to myself, sorry. So when I was sitting on the grass, like 3 girls came up behind me and pinned me down. And when they pinned me down on the grass, we had water bottles. Basically, one was holding my mouth open, wide, really, really horribly, like inside my mouth. One was holding my shoulders down, and one was pushing grass into my mouth and down my throat. I'm gonna cry again because I know it's so annoying, sorry. No crying, come on. So when they were pushing the grass down my throat, it wouldn't move because it's solid. I'd have to swallow it, and obviously I'm going like this and whatever and trying to get them off me. So they pick up the water bottle and they shove the water bottle in my mouth to make the water go down. And obviously it was coming out everywhere, but I'm swallowing some of it because I'm laid back like that. and they're making and pushing the grass down at the same time. I'm choking, I'm regurgitating, I'm essentially throwing up grass, and they're pushing it down because they wanted the grass to go down. They actually shoved water down my throat to the point where I don't remember it because I blacked out. I passed out because I choked, essentially. I choked on the grass and the water that they were shoving down my throat. Sorry, it's making me shake, okay. So then I woke up at matron's bed and my parents were there and my dad was just going mental. My mum was crying. My dad was like, what is this school? Look at what you're doing to my daughter. Like, what are you allowing? Sorry. And it was just horrible, like the thought that my parents actually had to see me like that. I don't really remember passing out or anything like that, but my teacher just said she saw nothing. So I had no proof except the fact I had grass everywhere in my mouth, all down me, water everywhere. Like, how am I meant to go against 3 girls, like me against 3 girls, and the other people in the class weren't ever going to dob them in because they were scared of them, and they also hated me. I don't even think everyone in the year hated me. They were just scared of the bullies, so they just jumped on the bandwagon and was like, we're just going to hate her because it's the easier way out, it's the easier option. But no one stood up for me. No one at all. Everyone took the mick out of me. So then I had the rest of the week off. I remember that was the Monday and I had the rest of the week off, and I just felt so like vulnerable. Felt so vulnerable. Like, I'm pretty sure you can really damage someone. You can damage someone's air, like their esophagus. You can really really damage someone. Like, someone can be really, if you pass out and you're choking, or you're choking on your own sick, that's really, they just didn't get it. Like, they just didn't get that they were putting me in so much danger. They just didn't care. Like, how can you hate me that much? Like, I don't get how you can hate anyone that much to do that to them. Like, it's actually evil. It's actually sick. And that was just all the time. There were so many incidents like that, and it was just ongoing. I mean, in the next story I'll talk about something that happened in front of my mum and my mum's side of it, and then I'll talk about my dad and certain things that happened to my dad with other parents that was just awful, and then I'll conclude and get to the end of it and tell you about how my parents, what they ended up doing in the end, and how I actually got out of that school, and what else happened to me physically and mentally. And I want to talk about mental health in the last part of this video, because I think it's something that, unfortunately, in the UK it's getting so much better, but I feel like mental health just isn't really spoken about enough, and there's not as much awareness as there should be. And I feel like if we spoke about mental health more, it would make it less of a stigma attached to it, and maybe people would be able to open up more and be able to accept things they're going through and be able to get help. So yeah, I will be discussing all of those in the rest of the videos, but I also did mention in the first video that all of the AdSense from these videos is going to charities, the charities that I've linked in my description. So at the end of the month, when I've done the videos, all of them, I will be calculating all of the AdSense and I'll be putting them to charity. That's a really positive thing, and I'm really happy with that. And I just want to thank you repeatedly. I go on these videos every single day and I go through the comments and I'm like, how have I been so lucky to get all of you in my life? Like, how have I now got friends that actually support me, they back me, they actually like me, when I haven't had the best share of friends in the past? And I'm so grateful for all of you. All of your hearts are so beautiful and so pure, and you are just such amazing people, and I'm so beyond grateful for all of your support and just watching these videos. I'm so grateful. So if you are new here, then please subscribe and hit the like button. I would be so grateful if you join my family of Huns. You have no idea. I need to do the song game, don't I? Yes, pick yourself up, baby princess. Come on, girl. Oh, I'm matching today with the pillows and the aesthetics. Cute. And there's little butterflies. Okay, and there's a butterfly here. Okay, let's do the song game. Basically, if you're new here, then please hit the subscribe button, join my family of Huns, and give this video a massive like. And I play this song game where you just got to guess the song that I'm miming to. So let's pick the song, shall we? Well, I'll pick the song, because otherwise then you just know it, and that'd be a waste of a game, wouldn't it be, Huns? Oh, also, I just quickly want to know, before I do this song game, the next video going up on Tuesday, I want you to all decide what you want. For the next video going up on Tuesday, I want you to all decide which one you'd rather see. So I have a Primark haul, I have a Primark try-on haul, but then I also have my trip to Rome with my special person, with my special one. So which one would you like to see? I'm a little bit nervous about putting the Rome vlog up because it's my first video with baby Prince, but if you would like to see that video, then definitely let me know. I've got both of them anyway, filmed and edited. So whichever one you want to see on Tuesday, then let me know, and then I'll put the following one up the next Tuesday. So I'll write in the comment section which video you want to see, and then you can let me know in that little pinned comment. Okay, so let's do the song game. My two shout outs this week go to Becky Lumsden and Sophie Cromack. I love you both so much. Thank you for retweeting my latest video link when it went live on Twitter, but also thank you for being you. Thank you for being supporters of me. Thank you for being Hans. Thank you for just actually accepting me for who I am. I love you both so much. If you want a post notification shout out, by the way, please go follow these angels on Twitter. I want you to all be the best of friends. That's why I want to do these Twitter post notification shout outs. So all you need to do is retweet my latest video link when it goes live on Twitter, and turn the post notification bell on, subscribe and hit the like button. I'd be really grateful as well if you could do that. Okay, well, until when? Oh, until Tuesday. And also let me know what video you want to see, yeah? Because I'll leave it in the pinned comment. I love you with all my heart. Until next time, I love you and I believe you. Is that a really bad video, Hans? I always worry. Every single time I filmed afterwards, I'm like, was that a bad video? You know? And I've still got the label on this because it's actually giving me a little bit of an itch. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, that was an attractive face, Imogen. It's flown somewhere. I love you all. Bye.